Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Sulaiman and today I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about updates to the PPP program, and then I'm going to give my take on the stimulus checks, all the proposals that are happening in Congress, and what I think is going to happen. So now let's get right into that video. On Friday, Donald Trump signed into law a bill regarding the Paycheck Protection program. This gives companies an opportunity to spend the money more freely, and it gives them more time to use this money for what it was intended for. I made a video on this before regarding these updates that might happen. You can see it over here. So let's get into the details of the updates and the Paycheck Protection program. Like I said in my other videos, the Paycheck Protection program was intended for employers and companies to retain their employees so they don't have to fire them and people aren't out of work. And now recently updates were made where instead of the company using at least 75% of the Paycheck Protection loan for paying employees, they've reduced that to 60%. I think that's a really good boost because it's really hard for all companies to pay 75% towards employees, because a lot of companies, their major expenses aren't always employees. Maybe they have overhead expenses, they have to pay, for the goods and other things. So I think this is a really good opportunity for companies and they can use this money more freely. Before I move on, like this video right now, subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be posting content like this all the time, and I'm going to be providing valuable information to you regarding finances, investing, and hopefully in the future on real estate. Now, another update that was made was that companies now have more time to use this money. So before, as soon as you got the loan, you had 8 weeks or 2 months, I guess, to use the money from this loan. But now they've changed that to 24 weeks. And I think that's also another good benefit for the companies because now they have more time to use this money. They don't have to rush it. So you can actually still apply for the Paycheck Protection program. I don't know which lenders or which banks are still taking applications, but I believe the deadline for the PPP application is like June 30th. And another update that was also signed into law Friday was that now the companies and employers have up till the end of the year to rehire their employees. So employees that they had fired because of this coronavirus problem, they have up until December 31st, 2020, they can rehire these employees and then they can use that to have their loan forgiven. Now there's a good chance that the Paycheck Protection program has more updates as time goes by because there's a lot of proposals going around, but let me talk about the Paycheck Protection program regarding small businesses and self-employed people. So to get this Paycheck Protection program forgiven, if you're self-employed and you signed up for it and applied for it and you already received the money, then all you had to do was actually after 8 weeks, you have to show your Schedule C and they will do the math regarding how much money you make on average per week. And that is how they determine how much money is going to be forgiven. So now let's just say you make $52,000 a year, and you're self-employed, so you're making $1,000 a week. So 8 weeks times $1,000 is $8,000, and if that's what your net income is on line 31 of your Schedule C, then that is how much of your money can be used for payroll expenses towards your Paycheck Protection program. Now, why do I talk about this? This is actually a very important reason that I'm talking about this for self-employed and small businesses, is because I actually looked at the Paycheck Protection program. I applied for it myself and I was actually approved for a certain amount. And when I did the math, you realize that they give you a certain amount more than what could be forgiven. Let me get into a little more detail on that. Now, I'm actually talking a little bit more about self-employed people because I can relate to it, that your net income is the number that gets used for your payroll and it's not your gross income like what I was thinking before. So I was using my gross income initially for how much money I can get approved for and how much money I can use as my payroll to get forgiven, but That's not the case. They're gonna use your net income, and that number is gonna be a lot less and potentially a lot worse than what you want to get from them. So that's why this update was made to this loan program, because initially it was just really horrible for everyone signing up for it, especially small businesses and self-employed people, is because they could barely use this money as freely as they wanted to, but now it's way better for us. Alright, so now let me talk about what I think about all these stimulus check updates and what's gonna happen on all the proposals that's going around. I mean, I know you're hearing that there's a chance of us getting another $1,200 stimulus check. There's a chance of us getting $2,000 per month. There's a chance of us getting, I think, $450 a week or something like that. And I've also heard about money getting paid to people who actually go back to work. So all these proposals are coming out, and you know, they're in the news. So let me talk about what I think is gonna happen. The fact is, the Congress is set up that House of Representatives is controlled by the Democrats and the Senate is controlled by the Republicans, and all these bills are getting passed in the House, which is controlled by the Democrats, but ultimately for it to get signed, it has to go through the Senate. And all these proposals that the Democrats are making, which get approved by them almost immediately, have to go into the Senate, like I said before. But the Senate is Republicans, and they don't agree with any of the stuff that the Democrats say. Any bills that they propose, it goes to the Senate, which is the Republicans basically, and they don't agree with it, and they don't approve with this. Like, you can see the news where Mitch McConnell like almost always says, oh, we're not gonna go with this, we're not gonna approve this bill. You know, you can hear a bunch of the Republican senators and whatever not, they always have the same opinion. So that's why I think my final take on this is that we're not gonna be getting no $2,000 a month stimulus. You know, maybe there'll definitely be some hazard fund pay for the employees, essential workers, something like that, but we're not gonna get no $2,000 per month. We might not even get extended unemployment benefits, because it actually expires at the end of July, and the HEROES Act was proposing to extend it till the end of this year, to almost all the way till January 2021, and I don't think that's gonna happen either, probably not, because the Republicans, they want the economy to start running again, they want everybody to go back to work, and that's their take on it. So the only thing that I can see potentially happening, which probably will happen, is another $1,200 stimulus check, and that's it. I don't see any more $2,000 per month money coming in, or $600 per week more money coming in. Maybe one more check, probably, that's what's gonna happen. Some money for essential workers, hazard fund pay type stuff, and that's it. That's all we're gonna get. I know a lot of people are excited because they think, you know, we're gonna get more money. You know, they're just sitting at home, they're wanting more money. They think that I mean, yeah, people do actually need money, but I just don't think it's gonna happen, because that's what the Republicans, that's their opinion on it. Thanks for watching my video, especially if you're up to this part, then I really appreciate you watching this video, and please like this video.